Hey guys, what's up? This is Priyanka and welcome to Math Studio with the Fanspire. That was what you saw, and that is the Fanspire Math Studio. A little new segment we have started for the Premier League. Of course, you can see some hardcore fans over there who have been regulars on our channel, and they're going to be back this weekend as well as we're going to be discussing Arsenal versus Chelsea. I'm super pumped because it's the Premier League again. As we all know, the Premier League is an incredible league. It just surprises us week in and week out. Of course, except Arsenal's performance, that doesn't fail to surprise me at all. But speaking about Arsenal and Chelsea, let's get on our panelist for tonight.
Hello,
Hey
Priyanka. How are
guys,
you?
welcome to the
Hi
show.
Priyanka.
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
All good, all good. How are you doing, Joshua?
Okay,
Joshua's
okay.
wearing my
Same.
color, so that's great. I had to change for this, by the way. All the fans should know that Joshua's wearing blue, I'm wearing blue. So I don't know who's wearing red tonight. But yeah.
Not gonna say
Ajit,
anything on that.
first up to you. I know you look super happy. I mean, it's a good time to be a Chelsea fan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I am so stoked. Like I was gunning. Okay, so one thing I love left-footed footballers, and the whole transfer window, I've just been very shut about Kane and Lukaku and Haaland, and of course, Haaland coming would have been great, but then he was playing hardball, and Lukaku. 2 weeks before, like saying that he's happy with Inter, we get him, and I think I'm just really like I just hope he starts tomorrow. Like that's the only hope I have because I will go into the analysis of the first game according to what I saw, but I'm just really happy and I cannot. I've cancelled all my plans for Sunday. Like I just have to see the game. Like just that
Yeah.
time I not going to meet anybody. So yeah.
Yeah, sure. We would love to hear about, the first game that you all had a comfortable win. And I bet Joshua doesn't want to talk about his first game, so you can definitely go ahead. Yeah, as you
Nice.
can see on your screen, comfortable win for Chelsea, a
Rub it
brilliant
in, dude. Rub it
third
in.
goal as well. So yeah, with what are your thoughts?
I love how it was a London, like it was like a whole London derby all over all the four teams that I just saw, and I mean our game was great. I think it was very convincing the way we won. I was a little tensed because a lot of our players did play 120 minutes in the Super Cup, and some of the players are still returning. But I was mighty impressed with Chaloba, not because of the goal. To be very honest, I was seeing him across the, even the Super Cup, and then even before that when he played against Arsenal and Tottenham, I think he was so relaxed as a player, and I think he provides so much cover. I mean, I always say that patience takes you forward, and I'm glad he stayed. And now they're trying to not have him go on loan and trying to give him a contract. So I think the game was beautiful. I think I was sitting with one of my Chelsea friends, fan friends, and we all were just like when Alonso lined that up, we were like, "This is literally Alonso territory. It is going in." Like there is just no denying that it's going to go in because I've just seen so many goals from that side now. It's almost like a recurrence. Like, and he does it against a London team. So he did that again, pin perfect, and then the best part was the keeper never moved. And then of course I think second and third goal being very Tomori type of feeling, and there was a bit of sadness and a bit of happiness that while Tomori has left, we had Chaloba doing what he did, and there's only good looking forward. I think 3 points is great. So 3 points, very happy. Now comes the tough games. Four out of the next five are really tough. So looking forward. Yeah.
That was incredible. As I said, a good time to be a Chelsea fan. You all are winning. Things look good.
There's the
I'm
only
like,
red on the
sure.
screen. Only red on the screen today. Like except the banners, only red that you see, and except our names, everything else, even live is red. But Joshua is totally in our side. So, woohoo.
I think we can, rename this to the roast of Joshua, aka an Arsenal fan, because I think that's all that's going to happen today, Joshua.
It's okay.
Literally.
I'm up for it. I've been going through it the whole week. It's okay. A little bit
The
more
whole
won't
week, I
make a
think you've
difference.
been going through it for a couple of years, not just the whole week.
It's okay. It's okay.
Last I
See,
saw, Joshua was training for the match. Like that's how. Like literally, Joshua was training the other day. We're doing it drills.
It's okay. It's okay.
yeah, so, just quickly tell us how you feeling after that loss, Joshua. I mean, nothing new, but yeah.
Definitely not going to blame Brentford. Brentford were amazing. They played well, and then they had their whole fans to support them. Definitely having fans in the stadium makes a difference when you play away. Like, and that showed how they outclassed us, and they definitely outclassed us in other ways. Like, our players weren't up to the mark. Ben White looked a bit shaky here and there. Uh, a few positive points from the game was Lokangana. I liked his game. He was a bit very relaxed on the ball, and he didn't look shaky. So he was really playing it really well. And Tierney as well. He was the one who was just giving a lot of passes, but there was no one to finish. As you can see, we didn't have a few strikers. That could be a reason. And the Saka thing, like when Saka came on, like Brentford fans, I really salute them like for supporting him. And when Saka came on, it definitely had a little bit change, but then the goals we couldn't score. So that is what I could say about the game.
Yeah. I mean, definitely sad thing, like newly promoted team, you're just losing in the first week. Are the changes you expect for this game?
uh, Changes I expect. I don't think Christensen and Rudiger are changing in their, position. I don't think Thiago comes in yet. I still think Chaloba continues on the right alongside those two with a good game. You don't drop a player who's just scored. Right back Aspi, I don't think he's being changed to. Left back Alonso. Um, I don't see because Chilwell. James still came on, so I think Chilwell has still not come on. So I think he still plays. I think in the middle, we might actually see a Jorginho and Kovacic because I don't know if we should be risking Kante, especially against Arsenal. I don't think we would need him, but he's probably deemed to be fit. And in the front, I think Mount is definitely playing, and um, I genuinely think now that Pulisic is out, uh, there is full chance that Lukaku starts. Okay, I think Havertz starts because 120 minutes is he's done. He didn't have too much game time the other day, so I think Lukaku starts with Mount alongside Havertz. But because I also think Ziyech is not going to play, and if Pulisic is not there, then I don't think we are going to risk playing Odoi over there. So yeah, be ready for like a Lukaku start. I think if Pulisic was fit, you might have not seen him actually. But okay, I forgot one player who I like forgetting, Werner. Shit. Okay, yeah. Okay, it
Even
could
he
just
likes
be one.
forgetting.
Yeah, shit. Okay,
It's
it could
okay if you
just be.
not talking about him. It's okay if you miss him
Yeah.
out.
So okay. So
Just
honestly
emphasis
speaking,
on the
I do.
miss.
Yeah. They so overall, as Prasanna just asked, I think one change in the midfield in the center, and two changes up top. Havertz comes in for Pulisic or whatever place, and I think Lukaku or Werner will play. So like it could be two changes or three changes. Yeah, nothing else changes. Yeah.
Yeah. And now a question from Summer. Joshua, what should be the game plan for Arsenal FC to beat Chelsea FC this weekend? And come on, Joshua, cheer up. It's just one game. I'm sure you guys can turn it around.
That's from summer, first time. Though, yeah, I think we could turn it around, but like I don't know. I feel this whole segment is like a deja vu. Last time I came on, Arsenal were like still doing bad and nothing was happening, and then it was again Chelsea. I was low as well as I am right now, very low. Opponent were very confident and like whatever. Next time, I'm not going to say what happens. You all know what happened. I don't know what will happen actually. Martinelli. we do need a little bit striking options. We do not have that at the moment. Balogan is still a little bit inexperienced for the Premier League. He had his first start, so he still needs a little bit game time. I I have heard. Don't worry, Josh.
When Arsenal get relegated, they'll beat Brentford in the championship.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That's my brother there, and he's also trolling. He's a huge Chelsea fan, so you know that the whole derby is in the house. So yeah, I Brentford won't go down with us. Definitely not. Yeah, as I was saying, I read somewhere that Martinelli is trying to play up top, so as a number 9. So I'm looking forward to see him there, and nothing really else. I hope from the game. Oh yeah,
Yeah, now
the fans, definitely the fans.
we can continue with the Joshua Roach show now that you've spoken about the game.
Go
Okay, but
ahead.
just quickly, since we are, you all are both London clubs, we'd like to add some more, another London club, in fact, to the mix. Let's get on Kumar from West Ham. He's a West Ham supporter. So, since we're all since both are London clubs, yes, we have Kumar here. Hi, Kumar. Welcome to the show. So glad to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here always. Since we are on the topic of roasting Arsenal and Joshua, I think the comment made by his brother is not completely true. Brentford won't go down.
Exactly, that's what I said. Brentford will not go down.
So that's the only thing. So except for Arsenal and Crystal Palace in the game week 1, each London club tasted victory. So that was a good feeling.
Except Arsenal, yeah. So,
And Crystal
since we're
Palace.
talking, yeah, and Crystal Palace too. Since we're talking about, the Arsenal versus Chelsea, and your brother's literally a Chelsea supporter. So, what are the scenes at home like during this match, especially for you,
So
Joshua?
it's always some bad scenes at the moment because Chelsea is flying right high up, winning the Super Cup, winning the Champions League, winning like almost everything. And yeah, being an Arsenal fan really is bad at this moment because I have my brother at home. He doesn't let me forget it because he always is like up for it. And when the FA Cup comes, right, that is when I get to get back at him. But that now doesn't make much of a difference because they won the Champions League. That's definitely a better thing over the FA Cup. I would love to. I would give anything to win the Champions League. But yeah, so that's how it happens. A little bit up and down there, but it is a good situation at home.
Yeah, and we had Raghav, asked a quick question about the formation. So yeah, 3-4-3 park the bus, do what we did last time when we played Chelsea. So he's hoping for, some kind of luck kind over there for you all Arsenal fans.
No,
But
that
since
actually.
yes, go on, Kumar.
Yeah, so that actually could be the best strategy that Arsenal can adopt at the moment against Chelsea, like parking the bus. And instead of a 3-4-3, I would suggest a 5-4-1. So, having five defenders defending against Lukaku and Werner would be better option. I mean, and because they don't have three up front at the moment with Aubameyang and Lacazette both out.
Due
So
to
Yeah,
the
like
cold, yeah.
5-4-1 would
Aaron
be good.
said, just put all 11 players in the goal.
Okay.
That's the game plan.
I'll just wait for the end of the game, and if we win, he's not going to hear the end of it. If he lose, then I don't know. I'm not going to hear the end of it.
Yeah, so Kumar, since you talk, you little while just said that you all saw victory last game week. That was game week 1. So can you quickly tell us how are you feeling after that victory as a
So
West Ham
you
fan?
won't, so you won't believe how I started the last season by predicting that West Ham would be in a relegation battle, and we finished on a very great note. I mean, very high enough in the league table, and we started where we left last season. So being 1-0 down, I wasn't afraid for a change. I mean, whenever we used to go as a West Ham fan since a long time, I'm used to seeing when we are one goal down, we often concede one more and then one more. So we often lose 2-0, 3-0. But last season has changed my perception and my belief. And I was very sure that we are going to win the match after going one goal down. So scoring 4 goals with only one striker, it's amazing. And I wasn't expecting Benrahma to score with his head. I was expecting he would be shooting a long range, strike, but he scored with his head, so it's good.
Yeah, I bet a lot of the FPL players who had your West Ham striker in their team were really happy this weekend because definitely some points from there. Yeah. Okay, so we have a question, Adwait. Do you think Werner will benefit with Lukaku's arrival?
I think I hope he benefits on the bench. That'll be my hope. I hope I just don't get to see him anywhere. I mean, like, no benefit, man. I'm just praying literally because I love target man strikers. I love one person being there trying to do most of the job. He is so big, like Lukaku. Like, like the biggest problem I also had in the Crystal Palace game is that if you see Chelsea play, they're always off the defenders. Like, in the sense, like, they'll always turn the defenders and they will not try to play body to body. And I think that gets very easy sometimes for good defenders. Like for good. I mean, most of the Chelsea goals, if you try and now, try and put territory on, you'll always see that the left wing and the right wing has beaten the gap between the centre backs and the right backs or the left backs, and then they run along that channel. That's where the two centre backs get in different orientation, and that's how we scored. And even CH also, in the Super Cup scored like that. And then even right now the second goal or something that Chelsea scored in the Palace also is very similar. I think it's becoming a pattern that we don't really have a target man. So I'm just really glad. I just hope Lukaku clicks. And I think that if Tuchel has been so patient with having Werner still in the team in the top front three, and having Havertz play there and still being able to make the team gel. I think he will give time to Lukaku also. Like, I don't think Lukaku will find himself on the bench too often, and I really feel the goals will come from him. And I don't think it benefits Werner at all. I just hope that it just pushes Werner out in a position that he'll have to fight for those 30 minutes on left wing or right wing, rather than like trying to play through the center or try and even take a Havertz position if like Lukaku's resting. So fingers crossed, hope not. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely surprising for you all, I mean, a good surprise for your Chelsea fans having Lukaku here. But let's quickly welcome Chinmay onto the show, a Man United fan. Hi and welcome to the show, Chinmay.
I had a better weekend than all of you because 5-1. What a great start for Man United. But I just want to focus on the game coming up, Arsenal versus Chelsea. They signed Ramsdale. I mean, he's been relegated 3 times, I think, already with the clubs he's joined. And I think Arsenal did not really support the opposite of that statement. So, what do you think, Joshua? Do you think the trend continues, or how do you see going down this season?
I do not think that the trend will continue. Definitely not. I don't want them to get relegated. I think we do need a second keeper since we lost Martinez, right? I would rather have someone than no one there. So Ramsdale looks like a good option for the future, right? Since he's young, he's been in the England squad. He's like the number one keeper for the youth. So I think he still has a lot of prospect, even though you'll say he's relegated to 3 clubs, and that's true. But I think he definitely has a good prospect going forward.
No, but I have a question for you, Josh. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't mind, Priyanka, can I ask?
Of course,
Yeah.
go ahead, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. So I just want to know, like, as an Arsenal fan, what is your analysis when you make the analysis behind your transfer dealings? Why is it so pathetic? Like, can you tell us what? Okay, tell me for the layman. Like, say for me, I don't know who is doing your transfer dealings, but what is happening there? Like, what is this? Like, how do you sell a Martinez for whatever price you do? You let that guy go, and then you take Ramsdale at little more price, and he's still not going to be a number one. And why did the team even stick with Leno if you knew Martinez is? I mean, I just don't get your transfer policy. Can you just tell us and the audience what the hell does Arsenal do at Arsenal?
Our transfer
Please
policy,
explain.
honestly, our transfer policy sucks. I'm telling you, it sucks. I'm going
But
to be
what
so
is it?
blunt.
We can see
So
that.
I
Yeah.
have no idea. So I'll tell you what the opinion was when we sold Martinez. Martinez wanted number one. Arteta wanted to keep Leno, saying that he's younger than Martinez and whatever rubbish. Like he wanted to keep him as number one, so we couldn't guarantee Martinez number one. Uh, at the moment, he wanted to leave. He did not want to stay and be the club's number two. So definitely let him go. We had to let him go for some amount, and since Aston Villa just like gave us around 20 million, so I think we had to let him go since he was in the last year of his contract, not ready to extend. We can't do much about that. Definitely, we can't do much about a person who's in the last year of a contract. We have a risk of losing them for free, then like some amount. Like obviously, 20 million is a steal for Martinez, but we couldn't do much. And then see Ramsdale, if you go to see, is quite. I mean, definitely more than what we lost Martinez on, but he still has a number of years to go. We have a like he has. I think he's 20 in his 20s somewhere, so he has around 5 to 6 years or more than that actually to go ahead with it. So I think definitely it is something for the future, but then we don't help our current situation right now. If you go to see, we sold Willick for 25 million. Like, are
Five,
you kidding?
25. Yeah,
25
25
million.
million.
Are you kidding me?
Why?
25
So no.
million for a guy. Yeah, God.
Okay, no, I mean, sorry, I just cut you off, but explain to me now from here. United did not sell Lingard after Lingard what he did for West Ham, but your club goes ahead and sells the literally the most attacking player that that any Arsenal player even on loan could produce, and you cashed in the 25 and you so put it into a keeper. As an Arsenal fan, where are you putting the blame? Are you putting the blame
So
on Arteta, or are you putting the blame on the management that they are probably making
it
the
is.
board decisions?
See, I'm supporting Arteta till the end. I am not against him. I'm definitely Arteta in. I like how he plays, but I do not know where this like who does the proper management. For example, the recruitment in Arsenal properly. I think it is Edu who works on these deals, right? And he may be a problem at Arsenal since doing like you see the deals like we've sold our top selling is Iwobi that is for 35 million, and we sell Willick for 25 million, who's been consistent. He's crazy, like he's been crazy. We definitely lead someone, but like I have no words. Honestly, I have no words how
I
how
think
to
I
It's
think
I,
it's
I,
fair
I
to
have a
say
question
it's
here
fair to
actually for
say
Adwait.
that it's
yeah.
again, listen, just before you go on there, sir, I think it's fair to say anyone can complain here, anyone can question Joshua, and Joshua can question back. But I don't want Advait to be doing that because not everybody can have Marina, you know. So I really think
no, but
everybody
no,
needs
but
everybody needs someone like that in their club. That's what I think. You know, all
So so
jokes
I'm
apart, the work
so
she's
I'm going
oh
doing
to
yeah,
at
Definitely.
Chelsea is
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
amazing,
I'm going
amazing.
to
I have
reiterate what Raghav is saying actually. So Chelsea is keeping a 72 million keeper on the bench. So I mean, and then talking about signing Ramsdale. I mean, can you explain your transfer policy, Advait?
Yeah, of course I can. So I'll tell you one thing. Okay, firstly, this man comes out and wins you the Super Cup. वो तो चलो ठीक है, that's fine. But tell me one thing: where has Kepa not done well in terms of impact play? The what Chelsea has done over time is nullified the 72 million by at least the man is going back with winning all the trophies possible. Only the PL is left. Champions League ho gaya. I mean, in fact, in Champions League also he actually kept. So my point is, I'm not. I so by the way, I don't go by money at all because we just bought Lukaku 97. All right. My point is impact. Like when you know that a guy like Willock is 25 million worthy, whatever, has done the impact that none of your midfielders are able to do. How do you sell a player like that? I mean, I am telling you, by the way, Kepa, I'm still saying that that guy deserves to probably go out and play, be number one for a other club, but he refuses to go out. But if Mendy and Kepa are able to do what they're doing, and with that much humility, a keeper comes out at 119 with that much smile, and the other keeper just from nowhere gets the spirit of I don't know what and wins you the cup. I'm like, man, impact wise, full 72 was totally worth it. I mean, yes, Prasanna is right, but I don't even blame that. I'm not saying, see, when today Sancho is worth whatever he is, as long as Sancho will deliver, no one has a problem. Okay, but if he doesn't deliver, everybody going to ask questions. And I don't. I mean, like today, people are saying 100 million Grealish. I only say one thing for everyone is that what Pep can do with 100 million Grealish, not any manager probably can do. You know, the impact that he can bring in that player to that team will surpass the 100 million, because Pep can do that with impact with players, but not every manager can. You know, if we would have got like say 100 million Grealish, we would have not probably made it worth. That's the point. Like Lukaku, if he gives you 20 goals this season, we had Jorginho 7 penalties last season. Man, that will be 300% times better than what our any of our strikers perform, and that will be worth the money. So that's why Havertz, as people say, right, like you know, Havertz 70 plus million. ऐसा क्या किया हैवर्ट्स ने? कुछ नहीं किया भाई, उसने एक गोल मार दिया है ना, that is enough. Like we have won the Champions League. He's almost recouped that 70. And talking about Chinmay, what he just said, you need a person like Marina. She covered the entire 97 of Lukaku in sales. Man, that is fantabulous. Like we have 70 million more almost for Kunde, and we will have more even next year, because the replenishment of money is brilliant. Like I mean, today I think, by the way, Kumar, you will now benefit from the Benrahma transfer, which happened 1 year back, simply
Yes.
because Lingard is now left. But last year, everybody is wondering why this guy is not getting to play, because he was that good a talent from the championship. So I think impact. I mean, I'm not saying Ramsdale can't come and do what he can do, because keeping is something that you can be good on a one day and bad on one day. But I really believe that your team needed a center mid, not like Lokonga, but someone better who can come and fit in that team. Ben White is a good signing. I'm not going to say that 50 ho or 25 ho. But
I think
striker
more than,
Balugan. Like,
no, I think more than Aaron Ramsdale, I think the most surprising transfer was Ben White's transfer fee. Man, 50 million is too much for him, I believe personally. I mean, he probably would be around 20-25, but I mean, 50 million for a
English
centre back.
tax. English tax.
English tax, exactly. As my friend Chinmay knows about Maguire.
but I am in defense of Maguire. I will always be. Man,
No,
at
I
least
mean,
that guy has
nobody exactly. I think it's time to clear it out. You can pin this down. I don't think anybody can say right now that Maguire isn't 80 million worth, because he's captain of Man United. He's leading the. He is in the heart of the defense for his country, and he is in his prime time. And he is going to be playing for another 5-6 years at least if he's
And
not
he's
injured.
he's won the Premier League with Leicester, man.
No, but
I
he's
don't-
good.
No,
But
I don't think he was there. I don't think
He was there. I don't know if he was there.
No, I
But
don't
I
know.
think
I
no.
don't
But
know.
the point.
He was there.
No.
But the fun.
2016, I think.
He's been relegated 4 times. Kumar sir.
Sorry?
Maguire's been relegated 4 times.
Guys, since we're talking about transfers and everything, Joshua's been pretty sad. So let's, Joshua, just think about the impact
Yeah,
that Odegaard is
I don't think I don't think
probably going to
Josh
make.
is the
Do
only
you
one
want to
sad. I don't think Josh is the only one sad when we mention transfers. Another fan base here is making a lot of transfers. Liverpool.
today? Today is going to be
I
about
thought you were
Arsenal
saying
versus Chelsea. And Joshua, how are you feeling about the Odegaard, signing? Does
Odegaard,
that give
Good
you some
transfer.
confidence?
it is one of the best transfers I feel. We've done something which makes sense. 35 million for a 21-year-old who's the captain of his country, and he's shown us what he can do last season on loan as well. So I think it will be a definitely a good transfer, since we need creativity up front. We've seen his impact, like against West Ham, I guess, that one game where we were 3-0 down and we just got him
Yes.
on, and the whole game changed altogether. Like he was the one who single-handedly got us that draw. Talk about definitely.
What's first to make Joshua?
No, even I won't be happy if we talk about Spurs.
It's okay. There's no Spurs
Since
fan
we
out
have
there.
this, and majority are London clubs, except Chinmay. Like
Chinmay.
London club thing, yeah. We don't Manchester
Random.
United here.
Top of the table right now, but random.
I think we should just kick him out. I don't think we require Man United fans here.
Yeah, well,
more
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joshua, you had a very good weekend last week. So,
That's what I'm saying. To be toxic, I don't think we require Man United fans. Remove them out.
Okay, let's come back to the London club specifically. I want to know from you all about the rivalry. Like, can you all just name one or two clubs which you all absolutely despise? Your London rivals, of course. Joshua,
One
you
is
can go first.
Tottenham.
Spurs.
Spurs, man.
I despise them to the core. I hate them.
Spurs
Are you talking
definitely
And
for
London
West
club?
Ham.
Yeah,
yeah,
London club.
London rivals. Who do you despise the most, Adwait?
In London rivals, actually only, I mean, actually Arsenal, and I'll say that because I mean, I hate the fact that in the last 14 games we have won only three against Arsenal. It's weird. Okay, and they have won the last three. They have beaten us twice last season, and it is like they had the worst lineup. Like, I mean, it's could be against us. Okay, and they still have done it. So it just pisses me off. But yeah, Chelsea had Wow, Chelsea had this problem. Chelsea had this problem against low block team, and someone had written it right before that if you play a 3-4-3 against Chelsea, you will do well. Which is always the truth, and that's the reason why we wanted someone like Lukaku. That 3-4-3 now will not be easy, and I think we've
If
become
you
better than.
I had a thing, okay. Like, see, if you see the lower teams, like you see Brentford, like how
Yeah,
they defended, they had like everyone back, and just that one ball is going up, like on the counter. Like
yeah,
when that happens, always. Like if you see against Arsenal versus Chelsea, we sit down back, we defend how much ever we can, and then that one counter just gives us that thing. That happens with all the major things. You require that one player, and that one player is De Bruyne in City that can break down that entire press, like in the middle. Like you see, there is a clutter of people, like a clutter of players like who are defending midfielders, forwards, defenders. If you see West Ham itself, they have five
yeah,
defenders, but they still have two defensive mids. So that's basically like seven
yeah,
at the back.
yeah,
So
No,
yeah,
but
yeah, you
our
need you
wing
need
backs
one
are attacking,
creativity,
na? Yeah, our wing backs are attacking. Kofal, I mean, Sufal and Cresswell, they get
but
Yeah.
forward more often, and I mean, it's a good
definitely,
formation that
definitely.
Moyes has formed actually.
It
yeah, yeah.
definitely works. Yeah, it is
Yes.
attacking. But imagine when someone's attacking you, you're sitting back with seven players. Imagine, and then after that you're counter attacking. Okay, I'm not saying it's a tactic. Okay, like it definitely has to work, but you require that one player. As I said, you need one creative mid in the middle that can break through that entire middle and just go through
You
all
know
of them.
what? You know what the problem is? Like, I know for a fact that I've seen Chelsea play this against a team like this so often. The biggest thing that Chelsea comes up against, and I think this is where the game will turn tomorrow, is that if Arsenal score, if or not tomorrow, day after, whatever. So if Arsenal score, the problem that I have is that they are going to sit as deep as they ever have because they don't have Oba and they don't have Lacazette to open up and do what Joshua is saying. But my only worry is that Ben White and Holding might play or Mari might play, whoever might play.
See, we
Uh,
what they do is they play Mari as a left center back because we usually have Gabriel there, but since he's injured,
Yeah, but Gabriel not
Mari
there.
is
Yeah,
there.
you will
Yeah,
play
so Mari
Tierney
is playing.
mostly. If you play a three
Yeah,
back, you might play Tierney, Mari, and Ben White. Ben White loves
or you
playing
might
three man
have
back.
Holding. Yeah, three man
Yeah,
back.
or
Yeah.
if but the thing is, these three are good defenders. Now my problem is Chelsea always loses such games because they come up against one guy who plays the game of his life, and a keeper who is in the form of his day. Like, like, I mean, Leicester City we lost. Why we lost to one great goal? Soyuncu was outstanding, and Schmeichel was Allah, like
Out of
God
this
that day.
world.
Like he was everything. Yeah, and that's how
God
we
mode.
lose, and that's what might happen tomorrow. Like tomorrow and Werner. So and tomorrow as a day after tomorrow, we might just have Leno doing that. Holding and White might play the best game, and Arsenal fans will be like 50 million for White, yay, yay, yay. And then Lukaku will try, and I hope Lukaku starts because that 30 minutes sometimes is not enough with that pressure. So
Hmm.
and yeah, Chelsea make any player. Chelsea make Zaka look like elite centre mid, you know, and that's my problem, and that's what I hope gets solved on Sunday, like a really and this entire and I think Arsenal is at home, so I'm actually worried because I'm not worried for like more for Chelsea trying to win the game. I'm worried for Arsenal, but he's scoring 1-0 and just sitting shop. And then Chelsea will
Okay,
struggle. Like,
Advait, in the middle you mentioned something about Lokangana being like bang
yeah,
as average. Like, can you
yeah.
like elaborate on that? Like, I want to like.
No, bank is average because I'm not saying. I mean, okay, like to the general public, that footballers are not so well known, and I
Hmm.
genuinely feel that there were players like I mean, players who played a lot on in the EPL side, like like I mean, for example, Ceballos was playing well. I mean, I'm not saying it's the same position. I'm just saying, you need a guy who had experience like him. Coquelin was sold out. He's still playing well. You could have had better people who have that much experience. You
So
know,
I'll say that, like, see, I'll tell you, like, we have Party
you
right there.
you let go of Torreira also, by the way.
Torre is still in the club. He's not yet left.
हाँ
He's still out there.
और गया नहीं अभी तक
But
अच्छा but he's
no,
flexing
he's
in
not.
London or somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
he's been
acting in
flexing.
London.
I don't know if he's gonna
So
go.
I
Yeah.
will tell you. So we already have. See, we've signed Party right for the mid position. I think he is
But he's also
definitely a
injured, right?
genuine. Yeah,
So
he's
injury
injured.
Yeah.
prone. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's the
he's
problem, na. That's the thing. I'm not saying Party is bad. I'm saying Party and Zaka is great, and with the Ceballos and Odegaard and Saka in front is great. But the problem is, I always feel like your players just tiptoe get injured, and there's nobody, new players playing in the center all the time.
definitely, like, I don't know. Party had a lot of injuries. Like, he came in and he got injured as well. This season also he was like ready, all set for the season, and again Chelsea, all stupid Chelsea people. I'm telling you, just like he got injured. We needed him, right? I'm telling you, Party is the heart of our defense. I'm sorry, heart of our mid and defense as well. So we needed him, and against y'all he got like injured. Yeah, I'm not blaming y'all, definitely. It was tackle we couldn't say, but yeah. So that he is injury prone. Now, what do you want us to do? Now we spent 50 million on Partey, and like, do you want us to buy someone? Say we buy another center defensive mid or someone as a CM to replace Partey, and Partey is back injured. Then what do you do? Like, you have a lot of mids, and what do you do then?
No, so
You
who are
drop
your center
someone
mids? Zaka,
like
Lokonga, Partey, and
Elneny, the
okay,
better move.
yeah, not bad. I mean, yeah, like, ठीक है. I wouldn't have put that 20 plus million in Ramsdale for sure.
I
I
see.
wouldn't have.
I will tell you one thing. I know that Arteta, he's building for the future. He has no present. He's building for the future, but it
अरे,
doesn't make
Trust the
sense.
process.
We're
he
getting
will
ready for
not
the
last.
championship.
He will.
Getting ready
Exactly.
for the
That's
He
what I'm
will.
championship.
saying. He's
He
getting
will
ready
not
for the
last.
future, but then he will not last the whole thing. But I don't see 20 million for Lokangana a waste. I see him as a future prospect. I seen his game against Brentford. He definitely was playing phenomenal. I liked his game. The positioning was well. The way he played the ball up front, he is still a little bit shaky because new to the Prem. Obviously, everyone gets jitters when they start a Premier League game. So yeah, I think he could be someone who we could see him go ahead and start all our games.
I don't trust Arsenal after last year when William Saliba was like, oh, he will start. That dude never started. His price dropped in FPL, and then he got loaned out also now. So please don't. Okay, like, you just hope that the transfer window gets over and the player still is in the team, because Saliba, the amount you guys had hyped that guy, no, that
He
FPL mein
definitely
it
was
was.
worth the hype, but then, like, I don't
Now
know.
he's loaned.
So
Now he's
so
loaned.
he was signed. The problem was he was signed when Emery had joined the club, and Emery had seen him as a person, but then we had to loan him back to Saint Etienne, and then the whole thing. Arteta didn't see him in the system. This, that, this, that. So we can't do much about that. Like, when new manager comes in, definitely you can't. He doesn't see certain players part of the club. So what can you do in
But they're
that?
planning for the future.
I think Willock was not to be sold actually. To be honest, Willock should
Definitely,
have been.
I was like, Willick, selling Willick is a stupid mistake. Not having a buyback clause like how Chelsea did. Tammy they sold has a buyback clause, and like if he plays very well, they can just sign back Tammy like for like 80 million. That's not something Chelsea need to be afraid of. 80 million is like just one more transfer
Peanut.
they'll have window, and then yeah, for them they'll get
Peanut.
him
Yeah,
back.
but
So
but
if they
imagine if Tammy has to be an 80 million, that means Tammy has become a great player. Like, that's how it is. Like, if you have to ever sign him at 80.
Tammy should have signed for West Ham actually
you
because it would have been better if he would stayed. He would have stayed in the Premier League. But Chelsea were asking for 40 million, which we were not ready to pay. So I don't know what was the final fee that Roma has decided for Tammy. I think it
40,
was
40
five.
plus 5 million.
No, no,
40
it's
Yeah,
plus
5
5
million.
5
plus
million.
add-ons.
Yeah, plus add-ons.
Yeah,
So
40.
we would have given you cash
Uh,
upfront, yeah. I mean, if you would have given him to
Kumar,
us, for
You're just
2025.
hoping for one signing from your team. One signing.
Only I need a
One.
striker. I need a backup. Otherwise, we need to call on our under 21 players. I mean, Okoflex and Odemipo. So we might have to, I mean, go to our youth. I mean, if we lose Antonio to injury or to international call ups.
Mhm. But Kumar,
Definitely.
just to ask you, how are you looking forward to the upcoming game? Your thoughts on that.
So you're talking about Arsenal Chelsea or West Ham's match?
The West Ham match.
Yeah, so we are playing Leicester, so it's a difficult fixture.
Yeah.
Leicester has always been a good team, but last season we got better of them. I'm hoping for a victory, no doubt about it. And the way we are playing, I mean, Summer actually asked a question a few minutes back on the screen. I saw his question. He is predicting
Yes.
sixth position for West Ham. What I feel is that considering the thin squad that we have, we probably have the thinnest squad in the Premier League, so we don't have backups as much as, I mean, options as much as other teams might have for each position. So we have the thinnest squad. So any injuries, any international call-ups, we are screwed. And I would say a top 10 finish is definitely on the cards. Sixth, hopefully. I mean, I hope we finish in the top four this time. Like if the Premier League was to end today, we are in the top four. So,
I like this. I like it, Kumar. Like, I remember clearly last year when you were on the show, you were like, relegation and stuff. And this year, you're just like so confident, so pumped. Brilliant. Brilliant to
so,
see it.
because
Yeah.
we are getting goals from our defenders, we are getting goals from our defensive midfielders, we are getting goals from our wingers, we are getting goals from everywhere. I mean, Antonio has become the highest goal scorer for West Ham jointly with Paulo Di Canio, and he was actually started as a right back at the
Mhm.
club. So since the last 3 seasons, he's been playing forward and he's equaled the most goals in the Premier League for West Ham United. So I mean that talks about the man he is, and I mean the player is turned out to be the most underrated player in the entire Premier League would be Michael Antonio.
Nice, nice. And we've heard from Adwait and Joshua about the upcoming Chelsea and Arsenal game. But what are your thoughts on it? Like, you can banter as much as you want also right now.
So I strongly believe that Arsenal is going to have a tough season this entire season. I mean, not only the Chelsea match, but Chelsea are going to thrash Arsenal 4-0 or 4-1 probably. And if Lukaku starts, I mean, that's going to be the case. If Werner starts, then probably a 2-0 victory for Chelsea. And if Werner is similar to Firmino, if you can, you will be able to relate more. So he's not a goal scoring forward as such. So he's more of a assist kind of a guy. So he should be playing as a second striker to Lukaku, is what I believe.
So you're trying to say that Firmino misses a lot of goals, right? Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that's true.
That's
I
kind
mean,
of true.
yeah. So I was not talking about Firmino. I was talking more about Werner. I mean, he's not a goal
Yeah,
scoring.
yeah.
He's
Let's
not a
concentrate on
20.
talking about Werner because it's Chelsea's match, obviously. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
So Werner is not a 20 goal a season striker. I mean, Lukaku is. So if Lukaku
Definitely,
starts,
definitely.
then yeah, Chelsea are banging in 4 goals for sure.
It
Okay.
just depends
And
when the
If
first goal goes in.
if I could just add something, I'm telling you, I miss David Luiz. I think we missed David Luiz for that Brentford game. He is the one who plays that physical game. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but he is the one who was physical. Like we need someone who was ready to just go for it. Like just take that
Yeah,
man out. Like for what? You see the
Joshua, you
Brentford game,
wish you were
Ivan Tony
playing, right?
bullied.
You
David
wish you
Luiz,
were
like if
Definitely,
playing.
I
he,
would have
You were
I
taking
would
It
have
just
everyone.
definitely gone at Ivan Tony. He was bullying our centre backs. We needed someone like Luis to just give him a knock and just to take him out. Like just give him to show him that there is someone who's more physical than him, and like you don't need to underestimate us. So that's what we were missing. Definitely, we need someone to do that. I think Party does that, but we still need that one center back. I think we still need another center back. Yeah, definitely take that red, but just show that physicality, man.
Basically,
yeah.
they did tips from Joshua playing normal five-sided games.
That let's not talk about that. We are talking about Arsenal, right? So let's go with that.
So
Yeah.
David
Okay. So
Luiz only. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. Go on, Kumar.
Yeah, so David Lewis on his day is very good, or if he's having a bad
Definitely.
day, he's very bad. So I mean, it's a 50-50 chance with David Lewis too. And if Lukaku starts, I mean, David Lewis should be. I mean, it's an interesting duel to watch.
No, no, no. Luis has left the club. I'm just saying that we
Yeah,
Okay.
he
definitely
Oh,
left.
miss
I
Luis.
actually was not aware that Lewis is left. Okay.
No, no, he's left
Yeah,
the
yeah, he
club, so
left,
we don't
left.
have him. We don't have him as an
No, but
option.
I mean, but no, but today, I mean, he would have been great day after because Lewis is perfect for like a three-man back. Perfect. Like
Definitely.
he's exactly what Rudiger is, man. Like you put him in a three-man back, they start looking good. It's just
You
that
you see
simple.
that against when he played the Man City game in the semi-finals. You see, and he was handling everything at the back. Like I was like Luis against like against Chelsea. He took that red at one game, and then like the whole season was bad. But then he turned around. Like he was the one who was like helping us at the back, stopping the leakage. Obviously, letting goals go through. But yeah, he was the one who helped us a lot. So I think we still need someone like him, physical area, like who can just like hold the back line, tall.
Okay. I have a
Okay, so
question
Like
for
Zuma.
Joshua,
I have a question
yeah.
for Adwait actually. With
Mhm.
regards to Drinkwater, Barkley, Zuma, I mean the misfits. I mean, what are the chances of we seeing them in this season? I mean, are
No,
they?
no, no, no chance. No chance, no chance. But we just need money. Just money needed, brother. Like we just want money. Like for पानी पीने के लिए पैसा चाहिए और बाकली को हटाने के लिए भी पैसा चाहिए and we just want to remove all this deadwood. Like dude, so that's the thing, right? What she's doing so smart. So by the way, I know you guys probably are aware of this, that you can only now have that many people out on loan, and there's a structure and there's a finalization to the amount of players you have. Chelsea always had the maximum amount. Is also a
Yes,
reason why
200
we are
and
clearing.
something.
Yeah, and this is the reason why
yes.
clearing most of our players in like to last 3-4 days. May look at the number
So
of people who have gone out.
we are looking at Zuma actually, but Zuma is asking for more money.
You won't get him. Like I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, what I realized what Chelsea is doing is that Chelsea has refused to sell to top. I won't say top, but important clubs in the league who can create
Rivals,
an influence on
rivals.
the player. Yeah, it was like you don't want to sell a Tammy to a West Ham. You don't want to sell we're selling players to like Crystal Palace. Like we gave in Gallagher. Then we're selling to Livramento to Southampton. Bate to Leeds. So these are like okay transfers. And otherwise you just send them off. You don't want them
To
directly
another
in
league.
our line.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
another
yeah.
league.
Why should you? Yeah, and I think Barkley, I think will definitely go out. The drink was at 150% will go out. Baba Rahman will go out. You name it. I mean, everybody's like. I mean, Emerson just left, so we are going to have one for each position and two more here and there, like in terms of youngsters. Look, Gilmore went out. Yeah, like we are kind of only playing with three centers now. Like Kante,
I like how
Jorginho, and Coach.
Adwait is talking about deadwood, and like he's being like it's going out, it's going out. We have a lot of deadwood, and none of it is going out. So like
Yeah.
too
No, but
many
I'll tell
things.
you what. Like I mean,
We need numbers, yeah. We need numbers. Our situation is completely different from that of Chelsea's. I mean, they have
yeah.
more than enough players, and we have not enough players. And we are playing in Europe also this season, so I'm
Oh
scared
yeah,
about the
Europa.
prospects of fitness and fatigue.
Yeah, true, true. We've spoken a lot about the players and all, but now quickly, Joshua, can you tell us your predictions for the match?
Chelsea. Uh, uh, I don't know, man. I have to say Arsenal because definitely I'm supporting it. 1-0. Not going to say, but 1-0 to Arsenal.
No, but I mean,
So,
realistically, and this 1-0 was faith. But realistically, what do you think, score wise?
4-0
2-1
Chelsea.
Chelsea. 2-1 Chelsea. No way,
2-1
but
Chelsea. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Why not? Like it's okay. All right, I'm
even
next.
expects them to score one.
Am I next?
Yeah,
I'm
so
looking.
yes,
That
Advait,
not
you are up next,
every
your
team
prediction.
has Firmino, so we definitely can score one. So like just go ahead with that.
I don't know why Firmino is being brought into the conversation, but yeah, he's a striker.
Because
He scored in the
because
last game.
he's not being brought on the lineup. No, that's why. So he need to be brought on somewhere.
Did we scored last week, game week?
Yeah, yeah,
I
but
think
We
Arya
yeah,
scored.
should
but
have
I
been there. Arya should have been there. Firmino is
I
his
have
favorite
no idea.
player.
I
no,
have
no, I
no
No,
love
idea
I,
why
Firmino. This
all Chelsea fans are saying Arsenal are going to win. I have no clue what y'all are having and talking about us
no,
winning.
okay,
But
so
okay, let's go with that.
yeah, so for me, scared result, if there's any for Arsenal, is 1-0. Nothing beyond that. Scared result is 1-0. I think realistic result is a 2-0 Chelsea win because 2 ke upar we find it really difficult to anyway score. And yeah, I think the realistic score is 2-0, to be very honest. 3-0 would just be great. It would like 3-0 would be a very clear testament of the type of team both have on paper. But I just think it 2-0 hoga because Chelsea finds it difficult to even score. We are not free flowing scorers. And if it's going to be a bad day and Leno's best day, then 1-0 Arsenal. Like, what to do? Like, hai to hai. Even a draw will be like such a sad thing for me. Na, I would shok manana padega uske liye.
I don't want a draw. Like some goals
Thanks,
should be
Advait.
seen.
We like you've given us all the possible scenarios that
No,
could
no, no, no.
happen.
Actually, no, no. On record, 2-0 Chelsea. On record, if you want to keep
Even
one,
mine
2-0
on
Chelsea.
record, 1-0 to Arsenal, right? I'm just going to go with that.
Thanks, guys, for these predictions. You all have given predictions, possible predictions. Maybe that could happen. But yeah, it's been super fun, guys. I know we could talk a lot more. The comments also today have been hilarious and super fun. And yes, as you can see, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're going to be doing lots more of this. If you are a fan as well, you can definitely come on. If you are an Arsenal fan like Joshua, we would love to
Please.
have you on the show instead of just roasting Joshua day week in and week out.
yeah, so we can
So
roast
Travis
all
will
Arsenal
support
fans
him.
together.
All Arsenal fans together. True, true.
Yeah.
I
But
like how Liverpool fans
honestly,
will come. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
yeah. All right. So, again, thanks so much for being on the show, guys. Joshua, Advait, Kumar, and even Chinmay, who was here for a bit, sang Man United's praises, and he disappeared.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
like
So,
typical Man United fans. But again, we're not surprised at that.
so it's only
They
Bruno
disappear
Yeah.
when they
factor.
are not winning. They disappear when they are not winning. Right.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, but like, yeah. Thank you, Priyanka, for that today,
Yeah.
and
Thanks for
all
having
the
me.
best, Joshua. Whatever, like you need, I think you should just visit some temple, if you or like whatever, like not temple, like or a church. Also, go to all the gods. I think might be needed. So, but all the best,
I don't
Kumar,
know,
for
bro.
West Ham. I don't know
Thank
from
you,
where
man.
the clean sheet is coming. I don't know why I took Sufal because clean sheet is something that you guys are not doing at all.
I don't think they had a
Yeah.
clean sheet though.
They didn't. They didn't. They're just not putting one at all. Like they just
No,
can't
no.
keep a
Last
clean
last
sheet, man.
season we had quite a few clean sheets, surprisingly. But at the end of the season, I mean, last 10-15 games we were lacking. I mean, on the defensive part, and I don't mind leaking in goals as far as we are scoring more than them. So it's completely fine. If I win a match 3-2, it's okay instead of a 3-0. So that's completely fine.
Hmm. Yes, as I said, we can go on and on talking about the Premier League, the games, roasting Arsenal again. But I'd like to say, just a quick thank you to everyone who's tuned in again, and everyone who actually put in the comments because reading them, the amazing questions, lots of banter there as well. Thank you so much. We hope to see you next week as well with the lot more questions for our fans, a lot more chatting in the comment sections. And yeah, if you're a fan, you too can be on the show right here. Join us at the Fanspire. Just don't forget to DM us on our Instagram page and or Twitter page as well. You can see it in the ticker below. Those are our handles. Do just drop us a DM and we'll reach out to you and we can get you onto the show as well. So again, a big thank you to everyone who tuned in. A big thank you to the fan panelists who came in and gave their time. Another big thank you to the Fanspire team who works day in and day out to get these up. And that's all for tonight, folks. We'll be back next week with another show. Till then, do follow us on our Instagram and Twitter handles. And of course, do subscribe to the Fanspire. Good night and take care.